Guys, today I have my Eradicator Sweep Command deck profile. Let's get started. Starter is Eradicator first under Draco Kid. When you ride on top of it, he goes to the rear guard, and whenever your opponent's rear guard is put in the drop zone by one of the card effects, and I have a grade 3 or greater vanguard with Eradicator its name, I can put this card in the soul, and then I can look at the top 10 cards for my Eradicator Sweep Command Dragon and ride it. So it's like a Pelennor effect. You can just ride your grade 3 again and attack again. So it's a good tech. Good starter. Next off, I run 4 Break Right, Warning Sword Dragon. When he attacks the Vanguard, it gets plus 2,000, so 13 base. Right on top of it, Vanguard gets plus 10,000 and retire your opponent's front row. So works well with the Sweep Command. Sweep Command, let me show you. I run 2 sweeps. Now, his effect is when you ride it on the Vanguard, you can choose one of your Eradicator cards and put it in the soul from your field, and you can retire your opponent's front row, one of your opponent's front row. So that's his first effect. His limit break is you can combat 2 and soul blast 2. When your opponent's rear guard is put in the drop zone by a card effect, you can retire your opponent's front row, one of your opponent's front row, and then you can draw a card, and then this card gets plus 5,000. So he goes to 16, and you draw 1, and your opponent loses 1 card in the front row. So he is a good card. The reason I only run 2 because he's not really. Let's say you have to ride him early game. He's not that good because you won't have limit break, so this full half won't be there, and you won't have the first effect, the second effect when you ride it. Soul, charge 1 rear guard, and then retire 1 front row. So, and the other reason is you can look at this effect. So, if you don't kill off a rear guard, you cannot get his limit break off at all. So he works well with this card. Right on top of it, Bergrat skill, retire front row. His skill, Soul Blast 2, Crown Blast 2, draw a card, retire another front row. He gets plus 5. So this would be at 26 by itself. With the 10k boost, it would be at 36. That's the only reason I run 2, because he's not that great early game. And I can run other cards that are combos with the deck well. Next off, I run 2 Eradicator Sparkhorn Dragon. Now, a lot of people don't run him, but he's a pretty good card, a pretty good combo card. His effect is his non-limit break, by the way. You can combat 1 Eradicator card. When the attack hits a Vanguard, your opponent chooses one of the rear guards and retires it. So they -1 rear guard, but the combo is you attack with him, and when the attack hits, they retire 1, and then you activate this card's effect, put in the soul, look at top 10, and ride this card. So you basically get another twin drive, so that's why he is good. And his limit break is, when he attacks a Vanguard, he gets plus 5,000. So he's a good tech, just in case I miss my ride with my Warning Sword Dragon. I can ride this and have a good combo with this card with my starter. So that's why I run this grade 3 lineup. Next off, I run grade 2s, the 12k attackers. Spark Rain, eradicating the Vanguard, gets plus 3,000 in attacks. Basic. Next off, I run 3 Eradicator Cholyus. Now, when you put this on the Vanguard or the rear guard, you can soul charge 1 Eradicator rear guard you have, and you can choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row and retire it. So he's a really good card. He combos with your Sweep Command really well, because he basically has no counterblast effect. So soul charge 1, retire front row, and then you activate his limit break to retire another front row your opponent has. So he combos with the deck really well. I only run 3 because late game he is kind of dead when he doesn't have any counterblast to spare. So only 3. And plus, you can just soul charge this with this card's effect when you know you don't have 2 in the deck anymore. So he is the starter is a target for him, and you can just kill off one of your opponent's front row. Next off, we run 2 Death Sights. Now the deck can be a counterblast heavy if I run 2 of these. His effect is you can counterblast 2. When you place on the vanguard rear guard, retire your opponent's front. You retire one of your opponent's grade 2 or less rear guards. So he's a good snipe card. I snipe my opponent's back row, and then I can activate my Sweep Command's effect to retire one of the front row. So it's a row killer. You can just play this card smart. You don't have to activate a card effect. It depends on who you're playing, honestly. So you can retire one of their 10k boosters and activate Sweep Command's effect again. So you just have to play this card smart. Next, I run 2 10ks. Eradicator. That's a great tool. 4 10k attackers. When you eradicate in the vanguard, this unit gets plus 3000 when it attacks. 3 Ironblood Shuki's Eradicator. When your opponent's rear guard is put in the drop zone, this unit gets plus 3000. So he combos with everything in the deck really well. All my grade 3s make this card a 10k booster or a 13k booster if you have sweep on the field. So it's a really good card. Next, I run 3 10k boosters. When your opponent has 3 or more damage, this unit gets plus 4000. So it's a good 10k booster. Next, 4 perfect guards. Gotta run 4. On to the triggers. I run 4 Eradicator crits, and then 2 Jins. You can put this in the soul to give one of your rear guard gets plus 3000. So good card with combo with getting more soul. I only run 6 crits and then 6 draw because I was running 8 crits 4 draw, but the deck was too slow, and 6 draws really helped the deck out and gives me more advantage over my opponent when I retire their field. So yeah, this trigger lineup is working really well. And then 4 heals with the Eradicators.